Believe Nation, happy Friday. Friday is my CEO day, so I like having one day per week to work on the things that will grow my business, that working on the business instead of in the business. This morning's actually been a weird Friday. I spent time supporting the people in my network. So Book Thinkers, if you guys know them, I've been a supporter over the years of helping them grow, and they asked me to join them on Clubhouse. So that was the first time that they had done it. So I supported them. Then I supported Mark Dreiger on Clubhouse. So we've been doing some atypical stuff on a Friday, but basically helping grow the people in my network, helping them. I see Orlando here in the chat. Let's bring him in. Where's Orlando? Orlando. Let's bring him in. Value. Help some entrepreneurs. Help him out too. Here we go. Orlando, I invited you in. Zayn, the man in the house. English, Alim Khan in the house. Study smarter. Welcome aboard. Orlando, Ryan in the house. Hey, Ryan's from Book Thinkers. We had a great chat earlier today. Orlando, you gotta accept so we can bring you in. Ryan says, if you watch my video, you'll see our call this AM was worth it. Thanks, brother. Where'd you put the video, man? What did you record the Clubhouse and put it on somewhere? Okay, let's see. Orlando, why does it not let me? I'm inviting you. Request, send request. Do you not see something pop up? I mean, I send again. I sent it like 8 times. I send it again. I'm sending it on repeat here. Let's see if it's a problem on my end or your end. Okay, you know what, Zayn, I'm gonna invite you in for like 8 seconds. Oh, unable to join. Orlando, it says you're unable to join. It says you are unable to join. Don't know what these shows. Oh, there he is.
Woo.
We made it happen.
Yes.
All right, Orlando in the house. Welcome aboard, man. Orlando's part of my Movement Makers program, and part of that we do an Agile Lab together. So what do you got, man? How can I help?
Yeah, so I am seriously stuck. I am one of those guys. I been stuck for probably 5+ years. I love the idea of creating some video content regularly, and then kind of a Gary Vee style of repurposing it and having it go everywhere. But I'm just stuck. I have a lot of narrative in my head that's holding me back. Yeah.
Well, what are you stuck on? Like, what's the thing that's causing you to stay stuck?
So, things like what to talk about, right? I get it. I can see, like, you have your 10-pack. A lot of influencers out there have, the recommendations on just how to get started. I'll take one piece and then like your first one on the videos of the 10-pack, and then look at that and say, okay, well then, and I sit down and figure out what to do, and I get stuck. It's almost like having writer's block.
Okay. Well, so pick one of them. Like, what's the recent video that you were trying to make, or a topic?
Oddly enough, it was a simple one. It should be a simple one. Is I had only posted one video on LinkedIn, and that was just to say, look, I'm going to get out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to start creating more video. And it was like 2 minutes long. I put it up a couple weeks ago, and then the next video that I was going to do was to let everyone know I'm a business broker. So one of the things I do, I'm actually I do a number of things. But anyway, as a business broker, I help people buy and sell privately held businesses, right? So one of the interesting things that came up in this year, per the new acts and legislation with the SBA, is that the SBA will provide funds that's up to 90% guaranteed. So there's more loans going out there. Secondly, they're waiving their fees. And thirdly, which is crazy, the federal government's paying the first 6 months of your principal and interest payments if you close on their loan, say a 7A loan, from February 1st to September 30th. I think it's great news. I think it's something I wanted to get out there right away. Just like, hey, look, and it was, in fact, I wanted to do it the day of that it was in effect, and just say, look, today, this is what's happening, right? And just do something that was timely. And I just, for some reason, didn't do it. I just got stuck.
But, like, you just did it. You just shared the 3 reasons why this is something that we need to pay attention to. So when you're sitting down to record, because you have the knowledge, you know what you're talking about. When you're sitting down to record, what's going on in your head that prevents you from Do you even press the record button?
Yeah, I think I did. And then so I so I think it's really, for one, I make it too complicated, right? And here's one way I make it complicated. I have this feeling too, is another issue, where I don't want to create content for the sake of creating content. So I was like, okay, great. Now if I just did that and just posted what I just said up 60 seconds worth, it's got to go somewhere, right? It's got to convert. It's got to generate. I know it's okay. It's getting awareness. I get that's getting reach. I get that. I get more people are seeing me, so I'm not top of mind. I get that. But then it goes nowhere, right? Unless I have an offer or something to move them from there to a site with more information to get in my email list, or to continue our conversation or relationship in a network or a Facebook group or whatever, right? To bring them into my tribe. So I then overcomplicate and say, well, before I do this thing, I need to figure out what's my formula for this thing, where am I leading this to, and then create that. And then now I'm just going deeper in reverse.
Yeah, and then nothing happens. And listen, I mean, it's super typical, and people overthink it like crazy. You've got the knowledge. You've already got, like, you sitting there in your chair. That's a great spot. You don't need to have a fancy background or anything else. Why are people going to watch the video and interact with you? Because you have knowledge that they didn't know about, and you can help them. Whether they're looking to sell their business and get it financed by the SBA or whatever new program comes up, most entrepreneurs are not paying attention to this stuff.
Correct. And I thought, a great opportunity too, because no one's talking about it. I get to be the only one talking about it, or one of the few.
And how many entrepreneurs could benefit from it? Probably a lot. And they just don't know because they're head down just trying to survive in their company with everything going on.
Right.
So I would lean in on to get over the fear and the nerves and how does this all work out in the master plan of where it all goes and where's my lead gen, and just focus back to service. Why are you doing this? Because you want to help entrepreneurs. They're not educated. They're not getting the help that they need, whether it's with you or with somebody else. You're training people that, hey, here's some information that is timely that you need to know of right now, that if you apply could make a big change in your business.
Yeah. So help me with next, as you're saying that, right? Stuff is coming up in the back of the head, right? So there's an internal voice as you're talking, like, well, but okay, great. So could you at least help me out here, coach me through this and talk this out loud and figure out how I can just get to a plan here, because so business brokers typically work with sellers. So a business owner who wants to sell their business, that's what they do. They represent them.
Yeah.
And maybe less than 5% will help business buyers. And that's another area of service that we've really formalized. We've been helping a lot of buyers as wherever they are in their stage and just helping them out. Well, we formalized a program that puts our skill set into allowing them to come in really any step, and we can just go with the flow, help them acquire a business, right? And we're talking about people who've never owned a business before, and thinking about becoming a business owner, and talking to them and saying, look, this is the smartest way to get into a business, to become a business owner. This is the fastest way to make money as a business owner. It's probably the safest way to become a business owner, because it's already established. It's proven. It has customers. It has income. It has the employees. Everything's built out. And so now you can just peg the dollar amount in your return and go after it. So buy-side services and information and content around what I just said is exactly something that I want to put a whole stream of. I know it's not going to be a whole channel because I'm just starting. And I saw some of your advice that, look, you start with one channel, put out various different content, see what bites. And then if it does, then you can, when you get there, then you can get to one time a day. Then, okay, now you go past that, then you can go to another channel. But I feel like I need to organize this a little bit, where they're doing maybe buy-side content for a week or two or something like that, sell-side content for a week or two. Then we have advisory services around valuing your business or preparing your business for sale over a period of time. So it's not a brokering thing, it's an advisory thing. And so and there's also financing. We help business owners obtain financing, right? So we're buyers in different stages. So typically acquisition.
America, or are you geographic located?
A lot of the advisory services throughout the entire country, but we're pretty much nationwide, or can be, except there are certain states that will require licensing in that state, a real estate license. Like California will require a real estate license in California. By the way, my company is Aspira Business Brokers and Advisors, and we're located in the Philadelphia metro in South Jersey, like a suburbs of Philadelphia. And so we serve New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, primarily as the core, as the bullseye.
If somebody wants their business in Austin, can you refer me to somebody? Can you take a piece of that deal? Can you help me? Or is it just advisory services only?
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm a member of the International Business Brokers Association. I can definitely find someone and make a couple, referrals.
Okay, great. I mean, because when you're thinking, if you're thinking LinkedIn, YouTube, that's America. And so if you have a strategy that can serve America, so we can help you with financing, we can help you with consulting, and we can help you refer you to the right partner if it's not us, and we know we have our network, and we'll give you a trusted person to work with, then that's a fantastic strategy. If you're like, no, I can only serve Philly, and that's it, then YouTube and LinkedIn is not going to be a fantastic place because it's too broad a spectrum. So great. So I love that. And you obviously care. You've got a lot of deep knowledge inside you. I think one of the you're right. You got two audiences. Like there's the people who want to sell. A lot of people don't know how to sell. Just no idea. A lot of people don't even know business brokers exist.
Exactly. That's my first challenge, right?
Yeah, it's like, what is a business broker? Oh, it's like a real estate agent, but for your business. What? Right? And then how do you do it discreetly so that I'm not putting a for sale sign on my business and my customers think I'm going out of, all of those things that, you deal with on a day-to-day. But a lot of entrepreneurs have no idea that they could even, a lot of people are like thinking right now, how do I sell my business? I don't know who to turn to. I don't know what to look for. So there's that education side. So you're getting people before they're ready or when they're thinking about selling. And then the people who want to get into it, you're competing against the people who either want to start their own business or franchise. Looking at all the franchise education. Like, let me just go buy not a McDonald's, but let me go buy whatever, mom and pop.
A Subway, Dunkin' Donuts, whatever, yeah.
Exactly, right? But no, here you can actually own a business and have your own say. Like, what's the pros and cons versus franchising? I think is a really good one to. And I know
that could be a good, yeah. That could be a good topic right there, right? Like the fact that you can actually buy a Subway that's already existing, it's a resale, and you already know what the cash flow is, and price it that way rather than starting from scratch and not knowing, you got to build the brick and mortar, you got to hope customers come and at some point recoup all that investment. Again, another reason why I think it's smarter, faster, and safer to.
You're in control. You don't have to listen ahead on. You want to change your logo, you can. You want to change your business cards, you can. You don't have to listen to. A lot of entrepreneurs who become franchisees end up hating it because they're being told what to do too much and can't have their own website, can't have their own social accounts. Well, look, dude, you're already creating content and people here are saying, Orlando, how do we refer business to you?
So how do I start this? I know I got to getting started. I got your 10 pack. I went through hours and hours of your stuff. I just joined your group a week ago and got booked with you within the first week. So it's awesome. And then this week was our first mentorship program. I think was live call. Mm-hmm. So exciting stuff. And I'm really taking it all in, and you're going through the exercise of the who, the why, the how, even my one word. I'm going through all this stuff and really getting a lot of clarity with this. But then I think like, okay, so I want to get to exercise that muscle. I want to get started. And it does help me, really. It does help me to know that I have a plan. You outlined a short plan. Say, hey, you only need 10 pieces of content and you're done. Mm-hmm. Well, obviously I want to do more than that. So how would I organize? What would be the sequence of organizing this information, right? So set up one YouTube channel, start putting it all in there, creating playlists. What do I start with? Buy-side stuff? Do buyer conversations first, then do sellers, or do sellers conversations first for about a month, or create, I don't know, what's the threshold? 10 pieces for this one, 10 pieces for that one. Help me just make sense of this to get started.
What did you come down to for your one word, your who?
So that's interesting. So on my who, in terms of like the questions you asked, what are 3 words that describe the person or the movie that, really inspired me? And I had a science teacher in freshman year, and a movie was Braveheart. And a lot of this was around, I love learning, childlike humor, childlike curiosity, potential to change the world when you're young, right? Potential is great. Mm-hmm. And in Braveheart, I loved the word is championship or champion. He was working for, fighting for the underdog. He had great leadership, and he was changing minds and hearts to change the nation, right? So being a champion might be one of those words, fighting for the underdog. I love entrepreneurship and all these things that I'm doing because I feel like so I come from an underprivileged background, right? Extreme poverty, born to teenagers, typical story of drugs, alcohol, violence, gangs, you name it, everything. I've experienced it, seen graphic stuff and experienced graphic stuff. Death right on my own couch in my house, going out to high school one morning, like, oh, that's normal. And just head on out the door one morning for a high school classroom a day. So in any event, I feel like entrepreneurship and financial freedom is one of those gifts that I want to give to as many people as possible. And I think whatever your age, you can have financial freedom. Whatever background, your accent, if you come from a foreign country, you can make a great living and find independence through the American dream of being an entrepreneur. But those entrepreneurship and being able to create wealth comes in so many forms, right? Investing in real estate, residential real estate, coming in commercial, coming in business acquisitions, buying a business or becoming a business owner, right? So those are all the things I love. And so the one word I'm still playing with a little bit, but that's my who. I'm serving those who want to have a better life. And I love other entrepreneurs. I love serving other entrepreneurs because they're hardworking, they have drive, they're just energetic like me, and I want to work with people like me. So I think you and I are, everything you say resonates, right? It's what I'm trying to do, but in my own space.
Dude, being somebody's champion. If you think about, again, people don't know what business brokers, like it's still a weird world for most people, but everybody knows what a real estate agent does. And most people would not say, yeah, my real estate agent is my champion, right? So that's an opportunity for the real estate agent, but it's an opportunity for you inside. It's like, hey, I understand this is for the buyers, this is your dream, and I want to put you in the right business. And here's how we're going to create a continuity plan to get the training, to get the financing, to not just leave you with keys and, okay, go. I want you to have success here. I want to be your champion. And then same thing on the seller side, you're going to be their champion by representing them well, by finding the right buyer who's going to care about the customers, bringing the right person in, not just the highest price, but they actually care about this business continuing. And how do we do it in a respectful way so that our customers don't know we're on the selling block for 6 months before something happens, right? Yeah. So that I'm here to champion you. I like that as a concept. If that feels, really core to you. Aside from referrals, because that's, I know where a lot of the business will come from, what's your number one source of traffic, of customers?
That's a good question. Referrals is definitely number one, but beyond that, at one point it was my website. It was just literally one page, one landing page, and then we've expanded. It looks really sharp, and for some reason that all stopped, and so I'm not sure what's going on there.
But people are searching Philadelphia business broker, and you pop up.
Yep, Google business broker in the area or near me, and then I would come up, and I hit the top 3 on the Google locations or maps, or whatever. And I come up constantly on that, so that's good.
Which one is harder for you now to get, the buyers or the sellers? Who do you want more of right now?
Things are so different now through 2020. In February, things look great. The year is going to be a banner year. I think a lot of people I know and talk to in my circles said 2020 was supposed to be a banner year for them too. And then, of course, COVID hit, and my inventory, my businesses for sale that I had were directly impacted. Gyms, transportation business. I mean, I'm talking about straight, and it's knocked out. So our inventory kind of wiped out, and our clientele kind of disappeared on that, and all went quiet, obviously, for some time. Things are coming back really hot right now, I think, like almost normal, but it's really hard to answer that question right now, because I think there's a lot more buyer activity in the sense that some people think that, they see blood in the water and they want to go after it and say, there's going to be, like you said earlier, you kind of sense, there's a lot of business owners who want to sell. The hassle, the stress is too much, but it's not working out that way. So, managing those buyers and their expectations is different, but there's different types of buyers. And then as far as
COVID, before COVID happened, which one would you rather have more of? Like, what did you need more of, the buyers or the sellers? What was harder to get?
Naturally, as a person, I'm great at getting listings, so I can always get business owners who are looking to sell. And although my peers say that's the hardest part, is the opposite. So for me, my plan was to really serve buyers, build a buyer community there, who've never, and by the way, 90%, little factoid, right? Probably 90% of our buyers looking for businesses to buy are the ones in the secret. They're the ones in the know who know about this particular approach. And 90% of them have never owned a business before at all. They've never owned one, okay? Mm-hmm. So we created a program called Leadership to Ownership, and that's what we're doing before this even happens. So to answer that, so I can answer it through that way. So Leadership to Ownership is a program that we've designed to help those who have leadership roles at their job, for their employer. They've successfully delivered results for their employer, their middle management, upper management, executive, C-suite, doesn't really matter. They've built those skills. They know they're good at what they do. And now they want to do it for themselves. They realize that there's a cap, there's a ceiling, whatever that may be. And they want to now acquire a business in their better years, I guess. Sometimes maybe they're worried about being downsized or being let go. They see the writing on the wall, what's happening to their company, right? They're looking for those moves. So taking from leadership, from the W-2 leader to a boss, to the owner. So leadership to ownership. And I felt that if I had a big community of buyers that are educated, qualified, and able and ready to pull the trigger when they know it's a good match and it's a safe one for them, it's a great one, then obviously whenever I get new businesses for sale, that's actually an offer, right? That's a benefit to me getting more listings. So look, we have buyers, they're qualified, ready to go. At any given time, I probably have a buyer for your particular business for sale. Mm-hmm. So I would say the buy side maybe is a strategic move in terms of content, starting with that perhaps.
Yeah, so here's what I would do. You want a plan? Let's go. Let's make Orlando's plan. Ultimately, you should have 2 YouTube channels and 1 LinkedIn page around you and your business, and have regular content going to both. I don't want to overwhelm and give you too much because, complexity is the enemy of making some progress.
Yeah,
I felt that. So what I would do is focus on just the buyers right now. I would make a YouTube channel that gears towards buyers and all the questions that you already know how to answer. How to know, like, everything that you teach kind of inside of your program, but also who's a good fit to buy a business, what to look for, what is a business broker, and how do we help. We represent the sellers, so it's free for you. All of the things that you have a buyer in front of you, that the 50 most common questions, you're making videos on that, and you already have the answer for them. And then continuity of business and financing and all of why not buy a franchise instead of this, or what factors to consider, all of those topics. You post the same video to LinkedIn, so you record a horizontal video, like flip your phone this way. And I wouldn't even worry about the call to action yet. I wouldn't worry about getting people onto your landing page. Or I think if you're just giving amazing knowledge and people find it, they're going to want to work with you. They're going to ask you questions. They're going to say, hey, Orlando, how do I XYZ? Phase 2 would be second channel, which works on the seller side and all the education and everything that goes, and how do you know if you're ready and all that. And then more formal CTAs and newsletter signups and all that kind of stuff. But I think you'll get business just from making educational videos. The call to action is, hey, if you have any questions, let me know. This is what I do for a living. I love it. I love being people's champions. So let me know if you have any questions, and if I can be of service.
And you mentioned before in one of your videos to do at least once a week. Mm-hmm. That's fine. So do buy side once a week on that first channel. At what point do I then add the second channel to the seller side content?
I want you to make 50 videos before you create a second channel.
Okay. Okay.
50 videos
and
around the most common questions that people ask. If you get some comments to say, hey, Orlando, how do I XYZ? That could be another video. 50 videos. Before you even judge like how good you are on camera, or if the lighting is right, or any of those things, 50 videos. Once you hit 50, and maybe you hit those in 50 days, or maybe it takes you months. I don't know how quickly or how ambitious you want to take this, but 50 videos, all just for the buyers. Because if you never even go and do the other channel, it's still massive value for you because you're good at getting the sellers. Would you like more? Of course. Would you like more listings? For sure. But you're good at getting those. I want you to build that robust community and get into the flow of creating content. And you might find your rhythm after 10 or 15 or 20 or 40 or when I guide people in Movement Makers through the 100 video challenge, it's like, don't judge yourself and how bad you are on camera until you get to 100 videos.
And on that point, do you not worry about the branding? Like again, this is the crap that's like stuck. Like, you know, I want to be viewed a certain way. So, you know, if I'm dealing with, I mean, like I'm in finance, banking, right? Commercial, like it's like you have to almost like have like marble everywhere, right? You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's.
How do you think you're viewed right now? What is this?
I think this looks horrible.
This is great. Like, dude.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
lighting sucks and everything. Just like everything you said. This seems like weird in the angle, but.
If you were selling bathing suits, yeah, then this would suck. Right? What do I care about? You're a thought leader. I care about what knowledge you have that can teach me. That's all that matters. You sitting in your chair, spitting knowledge is fantastic. Now, does it, I mean, looking at my videos too, now I have an editing team, and now I have graphic designers, and now I have, you know, so it's not to totally disrespect it, but those won't save you. Like, you going and making 50 videos around really important topics that are super helpful for your target audience versus you making 2 that you fly to some studio or rent out some hall to look good, have your suit on, and have it professionally done. The 50 will crush the 2.
So I have 2 other questions. The first, you said the fastest and easiest way to go live, coach, demonstrate, right? Coaching someone else. You said that this week, and you said it a couple of times in the other videos. Mm-hmm. How do I get people onto those live calls? So I'd love to do those at least once a week. That would be a very easy thing for me to do. Just have a conversation.
Yeah.
How do I get them in? What do I do to book those once a week? You know, like a month out, whatever. Like, how do I get those people in?
You look at who's already following you. What's your biggest platform?
LinkedIn, I guess.
How many people follow you on LinkedIn?
I have maybe 3,000.
3,000 people, dude.
Yeah.
That's epic.
I have connections, followers. I don't know how many. Like, it's high there too, but yeah.
Great. They're connecting with you for a reason.
But Facebook's also engaging. I have about 1,000 or 2,000 or something like that. I'm not sure.
On which one? Facebook?
Facebook's about 1,000, 2,000 for that. They're pretty engaged too. Whenever I post, I just don't post. I don't show up.
I know.
One of my mental barriers is like social networking is a necessary evil, and I hate actually doing it. So I'm trying to get past the medium issues and just enjoy these type of interactions.
But this is it. Do you hate doing this?
No, this is fun. This is great.
You're on the social network. We're doing it. It's happening. These people are connecting with you for a reason. They're not connecting with you because of your banana bread recipe. Right? Like, they're connecting with you because of what you do and the information that you, unless you have a killer banana bread recipe. Oh, maybe, but
that's an interest.
Chances are they're connecting with you because they want to learn more about what you do, about the information that's in your head. So how do you book people? Listen, if you wanted to do a weekly show, that's 52 people in the year.
Yeah.
You've already got thousands of followers across your different networks. You message them and you say, hey, I'm doing a new show where for free, I'm going to coach people on how to buy a business. Do you want 25 minutes of my time for free? And some people will say yes. You need 52 out of 4,000 or what to say yes, right? You don't even need that many because you really just need to book your first couple weeks and then momentum starts to take over, right? Like, if you didn't come in live with me here, there's 4 other people who wanted to join in live when I was trying to invite you in, right? So eventually the show becomes its own thing. Mm-hmm. So you really just need to book your first 20 people.
Okay.
I think that could be a great strategy. On an Instagram live, there's also less, it's meant to be more organic and real and whatever. People have less threshold for, perfection. But there's so little content. Go to YouTube and search for how to sell a business or how to buy a business or what to look for. There's almost nothing. Mm-hmm. And the people who are making content, you probably know way more than they do about what to look for because you've been doing it for so long and helped so many people.
Yeah.
It's not like you're up against giant companies in Hollywood level production style. It's really just a matter of getting what's in here out into the world. So if you wanted to do once a week coaching somebody, I'm down for that. I like it. I think you'd shine super well. But I would make 50 videos, just focus on the buyers. Combination of coaching plus your own. I need to talk to you about the new SBA plan that just came out. If you follow these guidelines of this new application, you could save tens of thousands of dollars in your company.
Yeah.
And that's not a coaching call. That's a you direct to camera, or the 8 things that buyers make a mistake on when they're looking for a business, or what's the difference between buying a franchise and buying a successful business. Like all those kinds of videos that you already have the answers to as individual videos that you post it to Facebook too. If you already have a group there or a fan page, great. But it's one video that you're posting to all the platforms. I don't want you to worry yet about how do I split it up and put a 40-second reel together, or how do I make, don't worry about any of that stuff.
No coming up, none of that stuff. Yeah.
No. No coming ups. Not especially when you're doing the thought leadership content. I want, if you're making thought leadership content, if you follow Built to Serve, like there's a formula here to make thought leadership content. The first sentence is a powerful opinion. Like, what do you believe that's going to shape me? And you lead with that powerful opinion, and then the rest just takes over. Like if you're going to write anything down or practice, just practice the first 2-3 sentences, and then tell us your story and tell us the advice. You'll be fine at that. The coming ups can help on the coaching calls and stuff, but again, I wouldn't let that be the reason why you're not posting content.
And that's the category I'm in, thought leader, out of the 3 types of content.
Thought leadership is direct to camera. There's nobody else.
Okay.
You could lose your business this year if you don't follow this advice or whatever, like the first sentence. Right? There's a buyer out there for your business right now today, right? First sentence, like, wait, what did he just say? Naturally would switch it because that's targeting the sellers. We want to target the buyers of the content. But that's just you talking to the phone or talking to the camera, posting video. That's thought leadership. Coaching is where you bring on a guest and you're helping somebody. Hey, what do you need help with? Well, Orlando, and whatever. And they share their problems and you help them because you're great at what you do. So those 2 styles can work, but 50 videos to YouTube, LinkedIn, and if you got your Facebook group, the same video. If you're doing the coaching, I would just edit it so that they're side to side instead of on top stacked like this, but I wouldn't even worry about the coming ups yet. Not yet. Like, prove that it works. I want you to get business from this. Prove to yourself that it works, that you're getting results, that people are commenting, that they're asking questions, that somebody called you up and said, hey, Orlando, I saw your video. I'm trying to XYZ, and they become a client. You're fortunate in that you're probably good at what you do and you get a lot of referrals, it's not surprising why that's your #1 source. But now to really blow this up, we need to not just rely on referrals. We need to bring in new people.
And when should I even think about bringing, like, I was thinking about hiring a video editor so I can just, because I want to do this. The other issue is how much time it takes, right? And I just want to be able to have someone tell me what to talk about. I'll just talk about it. So just tell me what to do. I'll do the talk, hand it back to someone else, which is one's probably an analytics person. Then tell me what to do. What's hot right now? What's the sweet spot? Great for SEO. And then I know I'm making it complicated. And then sending it to a video editor and letting that person just cut out the ums and the ahs and just do whatever they want to do with graphic design, intro and outro, and then publish it that way. What do you think about, when do you do that, or can I do that right up front?
If you've got budget, then do it. And if you need this to prove out that it works, then you make, like, you got to do your 50 videos. Nothing gets in the way of the 50 videos. So if you can hire an editor right now and they help you do your 50, great. If you can't, then you don't edit. Even if I just release this as a YouTube video, great. If I didn't know how to edit and I was just getting started, this is what I would do. I would take this video and upload it direct to YouTube. Without, even though it's not that hard to do the switch, to move us, great, upload a vertical video.
So do
Nothing
it twice.
of making the videos. Like I'd be looking at, how do I make 3 videos a week at least? If you cut down the editing and you cut down all the things that you think are important but aren't actually important, especially at the beginning, you could make 3 videos in an hour, 4 videos, 5 videos in an hour, and have your content for the whole week.
Yeah, and that's what holds me back too. Like, well, I love that. I think I can do that. And then it's like, well, I got to do a 10 to 20 minute video for YouTube, and then a 2-minute video, 1-minute video for LinkedIn, because LinkedIn.
No, you can go longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put a full blown thing. Put the
Yep.
YouTube link in there and just let it go off YouTube.
No.
I thought it was a
separately. Upload it separately. Like upload it
okay.
to the platform. Upload it to Facebook. Upload it to LinkedIn. Upload it to YouTube.
Okay. Same length. It doesn't matter. 10 to 20 minutes will work on all those 3. How about Instagram? I can put on Instagram too, same exact video.
No, don't use it. Do you have a follow on Instagram?
No, I don't use it.
Instagram is phase 3. Instagram is not where you need to be. If you are selling a different kind of product, sure, but Instagram is not your home.
So those are 3. Yeah.
For sure. I wouldn't even have said Facebook, apart from the fact that you already have a page and you already have people following you. That's the only reason. But I don't want you creating unique content for Facebook either.
Really? Okay. So do you think my investors, people who have resources to buy a business, will be primarily YouTube and LinkedIn, not Facebook? Not...
Facebook organic sucks. I mean, it's only for the people who are already following you. So it's great as a secondary. So if you're already creating content, sure, post it to Facebook, no problem. But a Facebook only strategy, organic, is not worth it. If you had an ad strategy, that's a different story. But organic is not worth it.
So how do I get warmed up? Okay, so I don't have you with me. I'm gonna just do it. What do I do before I get on the video and just go? Because I look at the camera like it's dead air, like I'm stuck.
Great.
But how do I do to get charged up? What do I do to get?
Well, you just think of somebody. Think of somebody that you helped recently. Think of a natural human instead of just a phone that you're looking at. So what do you believe? So if we're looking at, we're talking to buyers. What's one of the biggest problems that buyers think about that you help with?
I'm sorry?
What's one of the biggest problems that buyers think about that you help with?
Search. They don't know where to find one, a good deal. They don't know how to find a business. They don't know how to value a business. They don't know how to figure out what they're, yeah.
So, I mean, pick any of those. Let's make a video. What do you want to talk about?
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
We won't go through the whole, but like the only thing that matters is you getting started. So if somebody's worried about picking the wrong business, what's the one-liner that you would tell them about picking the wrong business?
Yeah, there's a lot of technical answers, but the first one is really understanding where they not only they have transferable skills, but really what they love and have a passion for, right? Because to me, that's the difference maker, right? You can be able to run this business and manage it very well, but I don't think your leadership will really shine, especially during tough times when you can persevere and persist through all that. So that's my short answer.
Okay, so you lead with something like, buying a new business doesn't have to be risky. You have transferable skills. So like, just go give us 3 minutes on that. Buying a business doesn't have to be risky. Start with that and then tell us why.
So just don't worry about it. All ums and dead air. Don't worry about editing. If I feel like, because I feel like I'm boring or I'm blabbering or going on, just do it and just get it out.
Like if I'm coming to YouTube and I want to learn about coffee or computers, you're the most boring thing alive. But if I care about buying a business and I'm worried about the topic, which is I think it's too risky, it's not boring. I want to know what you have to say. You don't have to be entertaining. You don't have to like walk around in a mascot suit or have horns playing or something, right? You're teaching me to think like you think.
Yeah.
So start with your first sentence is buying a business doesn't have to be risky. So you're going to say that line, buying a business doesn't have to be risky, and then talk to us. Tell us why.
I love this. Gia, just saw a message there. Gia said she'll go live with me. So I want to use this right now since with Evan, we have a little bit of an audience here, 40 people or so, 43 people. I would welcome anyone to DM me and do that. That would be really helpful, right? Just to go on a live with me, ask as many questions you would like, and then all I have to do is just take my portion. We don't have to have you on it, right? We don't have to have like Evan on or someone else. Just take my portion out and then just use the Orlando portion, right?
Yeah, well, Gia says sure. And dude, you're in Movement Makers too. And if you posted that in Movement Makers, a lot of people would say, hey, I'll join. I'll be your first 5, because they all, like, everybody experiences the nerves and the angst at the beginning of it. Appease here in the chat says, Orlando, you're a genius. Your knowledge and experience are superb. Use it to enhance your brand. But let's do it. I want you to do it. You got 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Buying a business does not have to be risky. So I want you to say that line and then tell us why.
I'm gonna do it right now.
Yeah, right now.
Well, I just said it a couple of times, but yeah. So,
buying a business doesn't have to be risky, and then go.
So buying a business does not have to be risky, because when you buy an existing business that's already profitable, you can do your homework so you know exactly what you're getting into. It is the closest thing you can get to 100% guarantee, right? There's no guarantees in life, but when you know exactly what the income is, where the income's coming from, and whether you're a fit, whether you can see yourself living in that business, right, 24/7, then you've got the business for you. And there's really, it's hard to, at that point, see, I'm rambling here, right? But it's hard to then to fail at that, right? Outside of external circumstances, you can't control that. But if you come to a business that you know you're fit for, you can make it and bring it to the next level, then you get double the whammy, right? You get one value because you bought a business that's valued for today's income, right? And its future income based on what it did historically. But you're also getting an upside because you know you can maybe grow the business by 20, 30, 50, 70%, or 100%. Typically it's a 10% bump. And now you have increased equity in the business value, greater confidence and joy in what you do. And now you're living your vocation. You're living your purpose. You're living the thing you want to do. And that's kind of your message, Evan, is that you're helping people live their purpose. I'm trying to help them understand that there's one thing that no one else is talking about at all. And hopefully helping people to understand be aware of the opportunity and be comfortable with moving forward in this opportunity, because there's going to be an incredible opportunity. And there's something else that other advisors talk about, is that this tsunami in generations. So the baby boomers, right? There's the baby boomer generation that owns so much wealth, whether it's primarily in businesses or if it's in real estate or whatever other assets. There's going to be a wave of wealth transition. And those baby boomers, when they retire, what's going to happen to the business, right? There's an opportunity for you to step in and have continuity, which you said, which I'm a big fan of. I love building continuity for communities, especially Main Street America. I'm going to probably go off into a different conversation there, but I want to come back to why buying a business. Again, it's faster. You can buy one next month and make money day one, right? You don't have to start one from home, from the kitchen. You don't have to build it from scratch, figure out where you're going with it, who are your customers, and figure it out. You don't have to buy a franchise rights and open up a brand new store in some place, right? And spend $500,000 to $1 million, and then hopefully a year to 2 years later, recover all that. Although those may be great opportunities, there are times when those are good options. But I think if you're looking to, again, get going fast, you're trying to provide a livelihood for your family and yourself, then this is probably the fastest way to do it. And it's also smart because it's safer. You just know what you're getting into. There's less questions going into it.
Orlando Rivera in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Right? I mean, that's almost copy-paste post, apart from the, like, talking to me, like you, Evan. We don't have that in the video. But that was great. Let's see what people are saying here. Roche says, excellent, Orlando. Pauline says, I got that. You are not rambling. Appease says, I'm speechless. Melly says, you are not rambling. Stop overthinking. You are nailing this question. Canoe says, great, Orlando. Dude. Francine says, awesome. I'm not even looking to buy a business, but you got my attention. You're doing great, says Nina. Right? I mean, it's like Erasmo wants to go live with you. Erasmo is in his in Movement Makers too. He wants to go live with you.
Erasmo,
like,
look for me on Facebook.
it's really the overthinking, man. I mean, you're getting lots of love from people who don't even care about buying a business. Now, if I actually cared about it, just take me deeper. Tell me a story. Tell me what to look for. Tell me the mistakes people make. Like, you know the content and you care about people. You just have to imagine you actually have a person in front of you who is about to make the wrong move. You know, like they're about to do the wrong thing. They're about to buy the wrong business or head into the wrong career because they don't know that you exist and the knowledge that you've got could really save them from making that wrong decision. Stressful, dude.
Yeah, I appreciate this. This is really big for me. And I love that we're in this group. I'm in this group with you because I'm going to definitely take up. That was a big, by the way, this community here who's offering to go live. I'm taking that up because I think that's going to also help me stay accountable after this call. I'm still stuck on things like, I think everybody here is being nice. I think you're being nice, Evan. I think you're really, coaching me up, And it's like, I'm not really letting it sink in that maybe this was literally as is. Don't worry about the repeats, the ums and ahs. Just get it out. That would be a movement. That would move someone.
There were not that many ums and ahs. And I put you on the spot with a topic that, like, okay, go right now. You had like zero prep. It's like, right now? Yeah. There were not that many. The only thing I would cut is when you talked about me. Like, and I know this is important to you, Evan. Like, okay, we don't want, obviously, talk about Evan in your video without that context. But otherwise, it was good. Go back and watch my first videos. Oh my gosh, dude! For video number 1, that's really good. Now, if you keep making it, is it good compared to where you're going to be at the end of the 50? No, you're going to look back on your first when you get to 50, like, oh man, that sucked. But it's way better than where most people are starting from video 1. And so it's just getting it up, posting like this, and that's value for somebody who is considering buying a business. They're going to learn from that, and there's value in there that they can think on and can go and improve their life and their company. And the fact that there's no music or there were 3 ums in there is not the difference maker. Not for what you do. Right? Again, if you were selling bathing suits or something, it would be different. But you're helping people make the right purchasing decision for where they're going to go in their career and buy and sell businesses. Just teaching them to think like this. Yeah. Francine says, no one notices until you point it out.
Yeah.
So, 50 videos. 50 videos. I'd love to see 3 a week. And honestly, you'll start getting your rhythm before the 50, but I want you to get to 50 before you worry about a second channel in a lead magnet, in memorizing the formula and all that, because you just need simple right now, because the complexity is preventing you from taking the action. And where like all of your attention to detail and everything is fantastic for the service that you provide, because you're going to get to every nook and cranny and really evaluate the business and really make sure someone's getting ripped off. And that attention to detail is amazing for your buyers and sellers, but it's hurting you to actually go off and create content and build your brand.
Yeah. Lots of stuff there, but I know that we just started this journey of a year with your group. Got a nice kickstart with this. It's I think one of the things I'm thinking in terms of leaning in is just literally doing it. Is it okay if I did a 2-minute, just did this 2-minute and then post it without thinking too hard? Just get it done. However long, actually, however long it takes, I'll just do it. If it's 60 seconds, if it's 20 minutes, I'll just do it. Get it up, put it on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, and be done with it. And just be done with it every day. Just do that.
Make the SBA one today.
Okay.
Is it so like it's so relevant, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Perfect. So I mean, I feel the passion. Like, people need to know this stuff. So make that SBA video. Just flip the phone this way when you record. Sit in that chair. You look great.
Okay. You're going to see a video. You're going to see a video from me right now. It's going to come out today. I'm going to do it today.
Yeah. Post. And if it's 2 minutes, great. If it's 8 minutes, great. Again, I don't worry so much about we'll get there. We'll get there. You don't need to have the whole thing figured out. We'll work on that with time. Once you're comfortable making a 2-minute video, then you can go to 4. Then you can go to, if I just tell an extra story, now it's a 6-minute video. And I can give a little bit more advice on what to do next. And now it's an 8-minute video, right? Like that.
don't worry about all of those final things. However long it takes you to make a video, that's what you record. So if you want to make a 3-minute video about the SBA today and post, and then post it to Movement Makers and say it's your first video and that you're looking for help or you're looking for people to go live with you, and you'll get people, because this is, IG is a great community. Movement Makers is a special family too.
Sure is.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
It's happening today.
It is.
All right. SBA video. Let's go, Orlando. All right.
It's happening.
All right. Much love, man.
Pumped up. Thank you, Evan.
We'll see you soon.
All
Cheers.
right. See you soon.